Today, let's talk about. We have previously talked about the body, mind, and the soul, or body, mind, and the pranic body, or the life force inside us. Now, let's talk about the mind, how the mind is being created. So, when you talk about the mind, so when and how the mind was created, you have to go little far into your childhood. So when you're a child, when you're born, there was no mind or memory. You just observing things. We all were just observing things when you were little children. So then we saw things through our eyes and we heard things through our ears. At the same time, they showed certain things outside and they told us a name. For certain things. They showed us a woman's figure and told us that's our mother. And they showed us a man's figure and they told us that is your father. Then, like that, we gathered information through our ears and through our eyes. What happened actually, because we label things, we also start because they put a first, they introduce and they put a label on certain things. Then they showed us certain things and asked what it is. So like that, we also start recognizing things by names. So that is how little by little a mind is being created. So when you take a child up to 7 years, he gathers a lot of information. And then the next 7 years, he experiment these informations, what he has gathered. Then it's become about 13, 14 years. We start, or a child start functioning as a grown-up person or a complete machine. Because earlier there was a hardware and now they install little bit of software into us, little by little. Now we have a hardware and a software. And we have energy source called prana or aliveness. Now these three units will start working together. So we call it now, it's a full functioning human. So that is why when we are small, we were listening to our parents. But when we reach 13, 14 years, then the things start changing little by little. We think, do we have to listen to these guys all the time? Now I am a complete machine. I can do things on my own. So that is how it happens, or the mind is being created. Earlier there was a physical body or a hardware, then we installed a software system into it. Now it is functioning. Now think about the things what humans make, like the computers, cellular phones, or whatever the mechanism what humans are making. Every day it becomes a newer version, an advanced version. I hope that you have noticed this, because every computer, every laptop, whatever the human create is always advanced version. So let us see what is the most sophisticated machine human makes. Is another human or a baby. But what we try to do, we try to install the same old software into this machine. It's an advanced version of a human, but we try to install, or we have installed, the old software into this. So this is a main issue with the society. With the old software, the new machine does not work. You know this. Every new system has a new software. But there is the basic way of functioning in it as the previous machines. But mainly, there is, if you try to install it, then what happens? It will not function correctly. So what you have to do with the child, we have to just tell them, or we have to act accordingly and show them this is how things are done basically. Other than that, they will collect their own software. So always there is a difference between one generation to the other generation. That is how it is. So we don't have to argue or fight about these things. Now, when you go back again to the mind, because the child, he had awareness only. He was aware of everything. Now, what has happened? This awareness and the information what we collected, now the awareness has turned into a mind. But still, the awareness is there. I'll tell you a simple example, then you can understand this. We know silence. We know what silence is. So, most of the people, they prefer silence. When there is so much noises, we said it's too noisy. What happened? Silence is still there. So these sounds has occupied. It is the silence. Silence is still there, and the sound is in it. But if somebody wants to listen to the silence, Still you can. That means we have to focus ourselves to the silence, not to the sounds. Because from the small days, our awareness is being focused to the sounds or to the words or the things happen, noises outside. Then what has happened? Then we got used to it. This is a normal thing happens. Normal means this is how it has happened. What I'm asking you to do is just look little bit deeply. So then you can find, even with all these disturbances or noises, still you can find the silence. So, like that, what has happened to our mind? It has become very noisy now. It is noisy. Noisy means it's always tell you something. Something means the mind will always tells you whether it is good, whether it is bad, whether it is tall, whether it is short, whether it is day, whether it is night. So like that, it always tells you certain things. Language is created by the duality. With the language, we can talk only about duality, good or bad, correct or incorrect. I have talked about this earlier. So like that. So it is mind always knows two sides of it, two extreme sides of it. So that is why it has become noisy. I always tell people, have you noticed there's a monkey in your head? This monkey at a time tell you something, and the next time after certain times, then it start talking exactly the opposite of it. That is how it is. We don't have to fight it out, but only we have to recognize there is a monkey. So most of the people are controlled by this monkey. Monkey is your own mind. So most of the people in the world, they are being controlled by the monkey. So they call it a life. Monkey is using you. Understand this. Don't let the monkey to control you. Monkey has become the master. So monkey wants to keep this position all the time. So monkey tells you every moment, do this, do that, or think about it. Huh? Like that, he will tell you different. It is not correct. What he said is not correct. He should not have do something to you like this. So like that, so many stories he will bring up. For what? For him to be in that position. Because mind is your servant, not the master. So this is something very much important to understand this. And this is the problem with us. Then if it's the monkey is the problem, what you have to do? Actually, monkey is not the problem. The position monkey holding is the problem. So you have to make your monkey the servant, not the master. Monkey is a good servant, but not a good master. That means your mind. So how to make this monkey a servant? So we have to just find out with what the monkey is being created. Monkey is being created by information. So can you let go the information? No, we have to use that information. If when you look little bit deeper, now we take our body. The body, how what we should do, we want our body to be alive. Or what we take? We take food and water. That is how we keep our body alive. So like that, what keeps the mind alive? Thoughts. Thoughts keep the mind alive. Now you know what the food is. Monkey needs the food called thoughts. When some one person is so busy with things, then generally no he has to generate lot of thoughts. Then what will happen? Monkey will have enough food and he will become very strong. So if you want to make your monkey weak, what you have to do? You have to cut down a little bit of work what you are doing. And you have to sit down and wait for a while, at least 10-15 minutes, without doing anything. Just find a few minutes for yourself. By doing that, because at least few minutes, monkey will not have much food. So that is the only way, by cutting down the food, less thoughts. Less thoughts means monkey is becoming weaker. So you can't do that by thinking about it. So you have to get into some system. That is why sometimes you need this yoga, meditation, pranayama, that kind of things will help you to cut down this food. So when you do these things, or when you sit quietly in a place, just doing nothing, just watching your thoughts, or just watching what is happening without judging, then you will see you feel much more relaxed. In other words, there's another way. If you can get connected with your body by observing what your body is doing, by being aware of what your body is doing, be aware of your thoughts and be aware of your action, will cut down the thoughts. Actually, that is the best way if you can do it. Be aware of your action and feel it. Feel the action. Whatever you do, just feel it. Feel the feeling that you feel. So like that you can cut down the thoughts. So now you know how the mind is being created and what it has done to us. So what you have to do at the first, we have to make this master. We have to switch this position, his position, into a servant, which he will not let you do it because he is holding, he is controlling you now. You are under his command. You just think and discover it. The mind, the monkey is, or the mind is always controlling you. You are doing accordingly to his words. So all this time, we have most of the human have been doing this. So that is why I always tell people be aware of whether if there is, just look at what you have been doing. So if that what you have been doing, if that does not make you happy, then you have to change it and see. Change it. Change the system. Change the way, not the system is change the system or what you have been working or doing with. So change it. So like that you can experiment different ways how to be peaceful. Because if you don't like a one job, then get out. Get out of it and do something else. Don't hesitate. Because I know, because this is what I've been doing in my life. If I don't like something, I always started doing something else. I find a way. So like that, you keep on moving. You have to keep on moving till you find your final destination or peace inside you. Actually, what you are looking is not outside peace, a peace within, a peacefulness within, with all these things happening outside. If you can find peace within, with all these things happening outside, then you are done. That is what you have to do. So this is just a, because I'm not usually, I don't want to talk everything to you. I am just trying to open up certain alleys inside you. Just think like that and try to work it on your own. So when you are working on it own, if it makes you feel better, then do it more and more. Otherwise, just forget it. Don't even think of it. Because otherwise, it will become another food for your monkey. So don't let it happen. If you understand this, if you think it is correct, or just try it and see, then you will feel, if you feel little bit of calmness, relax, if you are relaxing in your mind, then keep on doing it. So that is your guideline. If day by day or week by week or month by month, by doing these things, if you are feeling better, then do it. Otherwise, don't do it. Because there are so many ways. I'm just only talking about a certain method to get into or find your peace inside you. Okay, thank you.